Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be going over some neat Call of Duty history and things like that. Although I'm not going to actually be doing that while playing Call of Duty. You can hear it in the background and only real ones know. But yes, I am in fact going to be playing. There's a cat. I'm going to be playing some Pirates, Vikings, and Knights too, while I'll be talking about some of that Call of Duty history, because I don't want to be a liar in the title, but it is also a bit of a special day, so we're just gonna, enjoy our EU servers. Our EU brethren are holding down the fort on this here, what is it, Tuesday? So we're gonna be just jumping in to some Trinket Wars in Fort. I've heard that this is like the main map. Wait. I don't know. My game might be a little bugged, guys. I'm gonna just play some classic skirmisher. Yeah, I think something's wrong with my game. I don't really know what's happening. Anyway, if you want to be a real one in Call of Duty, the lore kind of really starts in Modern Warfare. So we'll just go into that one for a couple minutes, but we want to really be pestering this knight here, and it starts with Soap is like the main character. Oh, that's a bot, but I don't really care. I gotta charge up my attacks, gotta hit some combos. He's fairly wounded, I bet. I can tell he's bleeding profusely. I'll just be annoying. I can feel it. I can feel this skirmish. So yeah, you want to start out with Soap McTavish. He really is like the cornerstone of a lot of the series. Famously, Soap is a really dumb name. I think most people can agree with that, but it's because he doesn't talk. It's like soap in his mouth. So that's fun. If you want to go with like the Call of Duty campaign experience, you just got to start with Soap. In the game missions in the first game, basically they're hunting Al-Assad in that game, and Al-Assad is a really bad dude, and I believe that's when they actually use like real names for countries. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not going to be going over through any of the remakes. Oh, we lost the round. That's okay. We're not going to go into any of the remakes because those games are bad, and especially Modern Warfare 3 is really bad. But moving on to basically in that game, you kill you kill Al-Assad. He's like the Arab guy, but you don't actually kill like the Russian terrorist who's behind the whole thing, Makarov, and that's like kind of what the sequel's all about, Modern Warfare 2. So basically, in that game you actually don't play as Soap because you start off as like Private Allen, because that's like the US Marine thing. And by the way, you also play as the Marine guy or the Army Ranger guy in the other game as well in Modern Warfare, but I didn't bring that up because it really isn't that important, because again, it's just like, oh, you killed Al-Assad, like the bad guy. And just like how I died, I'm a bad guy too because I'm a pirate. But anyway, you ever just want to like get to play in Modern Warfare 2, that's like where the actual story starts getting interesting, because now you're talking about like you had like the all ghillied up mission in Modern Warfare. You start talking about Zakhaev, but then Makarov's like his right hand man. He was there. It's like, oh crap, so he really hates Captain Price and all that, because Captain Price is there. So they got a lot of beef in history, and so ultimately the American in the game, I think is Alan. Actually, I'm not sure. No, it's not Alan. It's somebody else. It's Ramirez. Ramirez goes. He like becomes like a decoy because he was like a plant. He was supposed to like play along with it so that he can really get in the inner circle. But then turns out, oops, I accidentally started a war with Russia because like, yeah, I'm a dude who. Oh, is there a kick button in this game? Oh, sick. Alt. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. I can use Deadly Lunge. That's really cool. Yep. All right, yeah. Again, I think my voice actor, I think, is different in this game. But anyway, it's like, oops, I caused an international incident, and then it's like the U.S. General Shepard. He's very famous. He's kind of the real bad guy in that game, because like he's a war hawk and like he's crazy. He's going crazy. And obviously now like Captain Price is like, oh my gosh, do not trust Shepard. But then it's like too late, Rich died. Oops. So then you go over to like Modern Warfare 3. In Modern Warfare 3, you are Captain Price and you're Yuri now. Yuri's actually like an ex-friend of Makarov. So it's like, oh my gosh, how did you? The soap trusted you. I did too. So how the hell does Makarov know you? You know, it's some great poetry that the writers did on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna throw in this giant bomb. I'm gonna wait for it to go off. Not enough room? Oh, there you go. Now there's enough room. Keg it up. Oh, yeah. You know, don't ignore the fact that all those were bots, but I'm stinking now. I'm stinky. I don't know what's happening with all this stink. Somebody had the plague. Is it because, I don't know. Anyway. So you basically go on the manhunt on the guy Makarov, basically. And so he's got, like, chemical weapons. Now, like, the conflict is the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower is now conflict. So... chemical attack, Eiffel Tower, not good. At least I'm pretty sure it's Eiffel Tower. Modern Warfare 3 is actually really underrated. I feel like it just came out at a bad time where people had a bunch of fatigue for like the Modern Warfare games. But really, honestly, you should play them. I think if they're ever on sale and you ever want to play like a solid campaign, I think Modern Warfare 3 is definitely up there. You know, honestly, I'm not really feeling Pirates, Vikings, and Knights 2. I feel like it's being a little too distracting, so I'm going to hit pause on that one. I just feel like there's a lot of distractions in that one, and I want to make sure that I give the Black Ops series its actual attention. So here you go. No more gimmicks, no more funny things happening here. We're just gonna be diving into like World of Wars, where all like the Treyarch games start, and there's actually like 7 of those Treyarch games that we need to talk about. So we'll just have to go ahead and get into it. World at War, again, is like 2 protagonists. The main one you need to concern yourself with is the European campaign, where we're talking about Viktor Reznov. So Reznov is like a Red Army person. He fought in World War II as part of the 3rd Shock Army, if I'm not mistaken. He's a really big kind of badass mentor figure. He was there at the Reichstag. He chopped the flag. He saved Dimitri's life. But then, as we learned in Black Ops 1, he had, unfortunately, a pretty bad fate there. Oh, you know, that's really strange. I think maybe it's just my whole computer is just acting up, because there's a lot of weirdness happening. Now, all of a sudden, like, what? This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, well, I guess I'll play this and talk about it. So, again... there was like an experiment with Nova Gas in Black Ops 1, and a CIA agent known as Mason, you might have heard of him, was kind of basically a sleeper agent for like Russian dudes, and like that's not good, obviously. But ultimately, Mason apparently killed the president, who was JFK, but who knows, because that jury's out on that one. I don't think so, but I definitely think that he was at least hallucinating something there. And long story short, you know, it's kind of some messed up things. The numbers were put into his head, which were basically, again, like sleeper agent stuff. So you go into Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is when you got Mason's son, who is Alex Mason, also known as Section. It was his code name, Section. This takes place in 2025. Pretty topical, am I right? And then it's all about him like kind of uncovering what happened after the fact, because there were a lot of loose ends in the Black Ops 1 storyline. So it goes into basically like how Woods like got super messed up and things like that. So that's pretty cool for Black Ops 2, best campaign ever. I am giving you an accurate depiction of the Black Ops 2 campaign. It's really great because you can make your own class for each mission. There's even like there's like an RTS mode as like a side mission. So there's a lot of good single player content, I think. I feel like this gun is not very good for me, actually. I'm gonna give him, I think, La Chancla. Or maybe I give him, you know, I think that I gotta get ambidextrous. I think I gotta get some heavy loads. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna unlock my Spencer carbine. It works. Yep, it definitely works. Now this is a real game because everyone knows that Call of Duty sucks now, but not Black Ops 1 and 2. Those games are really good. Okay, now that we're nice and loaded, I can talk to you about Black Ops 3. Nobody cares about the Black Ops 3 story. Literally nobody. So anyway, we go on to Black Ops 4, and Black Ops 4 doesn't have a story. So anyway, we go on over to Black Ops 5. Sorry, Call of Duty Cold War. And we go on to that story. Now, that has an actual interesting story. But I'm just letting you know that in Cold War, I'm pretty sure you can't have what looks like a piece of steak as a chancla and smack people with. That's just not something that you can do in Black Ops 5. So I think that that is a little bit kind of off in the story. But basically, the whole point of the Black Ops... that was a teammate shooting at me. Why did he do that? Anyway, Cold War story. Let's go ahead and go through that. Cold War story is all about you got a new character called Adler and you're Bell. This is actually a really great game storyline too. It has a lot of cinematics. You have Alex and you have Woods. So this is like before they both basically died, LOL. I mean, like Frank Woods technically like lived in 2025, but Mason died in Black Ops 2 when you realize that, oh crap, he was set up by Raul Mendendez, who is like the villain in both 2025 and like 1980, whatever. So you yeet your chancla at him. It turns into an axe, but don't worry, it was really a chancla. And so there's still a little bit of Raul Menendez, but now you got like a new villain who's called Perseus. And Perseus is basically a Russian question mark guy, like a super sneaky guy just in general. And he's got a whole bunch of like Russian sleepers as well. I mean, because like duh, like it worked in the first game, wouldn't it work in the fifth game? So we're back to a return to form here for the Call of Duty franchise. These story games are really, really important and very, very memorable, especially when you're playing a cursed copy of... there we go. Oh, man. Thank you, Halo announcer. Whenever you're playing a cursed copy of Fistful of Frags, available for free on Steam, by the way, which is not one of the, like, hundreds of dollars that I've spent on Activision's Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty Cold War also has a great storyline, but I think it really needs to be told that I'm going to get into the Black Ops 6 storyline now, which is very fresh in my mind because that one just came out like 3 months ago. And again, it was really good. So the first mission that you are in is basically you are once again under Marshall's control, and you're like, oh man, like I played Call of Duty Cold War. Maybe, because a lot of people didn't play that, and a lot of people only played Black Ops 6 because it was on Game Pass, because one of the largest corporations in the world bought one of the other largest corporations in the world, at least in the gaming industry. And so now people are playing it as they're recouping several millions of dollars of losses on what was the 7th generation of consoles, the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. So anyway, if you play Black Ops 6 without playing Black Ops 5, that's okay. You don't really probably care about Adler, and during this explanation, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of things about Adler either. But basically, he's a bad guy now, but he's not really a bad guy because he was framed by the, you know, the government. Easy to relate to that. Am I right, guys? But regardless of what you think about Adler, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is also a really good campaign where you go from mission to mission. You have a house now that you can explore and then talk to a ragtag team of people in order to, you know, commit war crimes, probably. I don't know. You go to different countries and you're like, yeah, gee whiz, these like really bad dudes in like the CIA and, you know, Europe, I think, question mark. You got to stop them now because they're gonna do something bad, I'm sure. So again, you don't really have to question why you're fighting people. It's just bad. The main villain of the game is a girl, which is pretty controversial for Call of Duty standards. So I give kudos to that. But she's not really a villain, so that's what makes it okay, is that there's nuance. You can only do that with a female character. Basically, she's like, oh, shoot, I control all of the stuff in the CIA because, gosh darn it, there's too much red tape and I can't do things. And also my parents died to this secret organization that I'm now hunting the good guys are. And so now I need to seize the means of production and the reins in order to get my revenge on the bad guys. So I'm gonna like create like a giant like undercover ring of people, and they're gonna be mean, probably. And then you have to stop them. And I'm pretty sure that you went into Dream World and there was a mirror and you shotgun someone in the back with a shotgun. That's okay. Sometimes I think that a lot of the time you can actually get shotgunned in the back and turn out just fine. I think that really about covers my time talking about the campaigns. We could get into the zombie storyline because there's a giant story with that, and maybe there's a bunch of writers that care more about that than they care about, you know, the campaigns. And legitimately, even if you don't look at what date it is and you want to hear some more information about the Call of Duty campaigns, I feel like it's probably just better to play them yourself. I would almost be surprised if people haven't spent, you know what, we can run the calculator if you want. Actually, let's just run a calculator real quick. Let's just put a calculator on here. Let's say, okay, if you had played, I think I mentioned, what, 9 Call of Duty games? You've already given Activision $540. You can't see it. $540. But is what I would say, except actually there are only 7 of the games that were at $60, and then the other games that you had were actually $70 each. So let's just add 70 twice, and then suddenly now we're at $560. But then you say, wait a minute, I didn't spend $70 on Black Ops 6. What are you, crazy? I spent it on Game Pass. Well, that's okay, because you probably had Game Pass for about, you know, I don't know, gosh, like 3 years. So then you're talking about like, okay, you have $490. That was all the years until you played Call of Duty on Game Pass. And so now you're at let's say $15 a month. Maybe you had it for, you know, 3 years. So let's say 36 months. And then now you got a $490. There you go. That's how much money you're feeding to Microsoft and Activision. Again, these are really great games. You know, this game that I'm playing is obviously broken. So that is just unfortunate. I'm a bandito now. I got a chancla. I'm pretty sure the video is going to be over now, but I'm just going to keep rambling because I want to make sure I hit at least 20 minutes. I mean, come on, guys. So here I am. When it comes to campaign shooter games, I think that, you know, you might have a good job with like... I feel like there's not much more that I can say about it after that. So, yeah, Call of Duty is a really fun kind of idea. It's like a social experiment gone wrong. You know, we yeet a hand axe at a you know, at an ombre, at a compadre. You hit him with the chancla. You get 11th place in the leaderboard, as you can see in the top left. Very poggers, as they would say. If I had to rank my favorite Call of Duty games, again, I was trying to make like a video like at least on 3 different occasions of me ranking them, but that's kind of a low bar, and this channel was all about high bar, unscripted content. So I think that we're talking about Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Those are like top tier, S tier games, as well as like maybe Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2. I think that those are all great games. The last one that was good was in 2009. So congratulations. Or maybe it was 2012. I don't know. Maybe it was an Obama thing. It was probably Obama. So there you go. If you elect Obama, you get good Call of Duty games. If you don't, then I guess they're kind of just going to be bad. That's okay. There's like a whole conspiracy, I think. You just kick a Tisky, a Joyer. I'm getting shot. I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to use a bow and arrow. This guy's not even going to know what hit him. He's not even ready. Are you ready? Check out this sick trick shot. That was a trick shot, believe me. All right, video ends when I get a sick trick shot. Video ends when I get a sick trick shot. Are you ready? You ready? I gotta turn my sense way up. There we go. You can see how volatile this mouse movement is. Oh, well, you know, the real trick shot we had was getting 12th place and typing in GG in the European server. Again, Europeans, I think, are really what's keeping video games alive. Shout out to Europe. I will see you guys in the next real video. It'll probably be D&D related because that video was responded to very well. But I have to push this out because it's a funny day. Have a good one. I'm sorry.